the divorce between Britney Spears and her estranged husband, Sam Asghari. Sam was allegedly secretly working with her father, Jamie Spears, to give him details about her life and keep her in her conservatorship.
Britney Spears thinks that her ex-husband, Sam Asghari, was secretly cooperating and working with her estranged father, Jamie, and giving him information to support her 13-year conservatorship. Like, this is wild, guys.
Britney Spears and Sam Asghari separated after more than 14 months of marriage.
Sam filed for divorce from Britney in August of 2023, just a little over a year after they got married.
A source close to the pop star has now claimed that she began having serious doubts about the relationship long before they officially split.
But someone close to Britney now says that she had started having serious doubts about their relationship well before they officially ended it. A source within the Spears family says Britney became suspicious that Sam, who she started dating 5 years before her father's control over her ended, might have been sharing personal details about her life with her father, Jamie. And this is what Insider had to say. Britney has reason to believe that Sam was secretly working with her dad, Jamie, since early on in their relationship.
Sam would supply information to Jamie that would help keep her locked up in the conservatorship.
In exchange, Sam was given access to her and her money.
Britney now feels like Sam was being deceitful all along.
Britney now feels like Sam was being deceitful all along.
Britney and Sam first struck up a romance in 2016 after meeting on the set of her music video for her song Slumber Party.
Less than 2 months after meeting on set of her Slumber Party music video, Sam and Britney, they made their relationship official on Instagram in December of 2016. And back then, Britney's father had complete control over her money, her job, as well as her daily life. Even though Britney was mainly surrounded by her dancers and people from her career, Sam was embraced by Britney Spears' family, who were very distant from her at the time. And he even joined them on family trips and outings. However, according to a source, their marriage started to struggle over time. And this source reveals that
Britney's unhappiness actually prompted her to pull away from the marriage months before Sam officially filed for divorce.
So there's a whole lot going on in the background there. And I'm pretty sure that we're not gonna know the full scope of everything that was actually happening in that relationship. Nevertheless, the source specifically had this to say. Britney was done with Sam months ago and was very unhappy.
There were plans in place to set Sam up with his own place and give him money to live
on so that it would be amicable. So guys, for a long time, not much was known about Britney's conservatorship. However, in June of 2021, she revealed distressing information during a deposition in a Los Angeles court. In addition to having some disturbing claims being made of mistreatment by her father, she also disclosed that the conservatorship stopped her from marrying Sam. And she explained that she was made to use IUD devices to avoid becoming pregnant. So yeah, Britney has been through a lot, guys. And to think that Sam had something to do with it to kind of pressure her or in a way manipulate her to stay under the conservatorship somehow. Don't necessarily know exactly how he was doing it, but man, that is just sad. And Britney's fans want to know, will she ever get a break?
I suppose to know.
You know, her ex-husband, Kevin Federline, you know, she had 2 children with him, by him, however you want to say that.
You guys, we gotta talk about Kevin Jobless Federline.
More trouble for Britney Spears as her ex-husband Kevin Federline wants her to pay more money now that their children live with him full time.
I can't imagine how it feels to be a teenager, having to go to high school.
Now, the former backup dancer Kevin Federline is thinking about going to court and asking for more than the $40,000 a month in child support payments that he's currently getting from Britney.
It was also reported that he got $20,000 a month in child support.
And he wants at least $60K per month out of her. This is crazy, guys.
All I was trying to do was get 50-50 custody.
Kevin, by the way, gets that amount right now because both parents were supposed to have the kids for an equal amount of time. But as of right now, their sons, Sean, who's 17 years old, and Jaden, who's 16, have been living with their dad for several years and even moved to Hawaii with him recently.
They're really confused with Mommy the Star, and
and mommy.
So obviously when Britney Spears fans, when they heard about this, they're like, yo, Kevin, bro, go get a job, man. Like, honestly.
We gotta talk about Kevin Jobless Federline because this man is me off left and right and all around and just, I'm so damn off at this man.
He has literally received millions of dollars from Britney Spears in child support over the years. Like, their oldest son, Sean, is actually gonna be turning 18 in September of 2023, which means that Britney Spears' required payments will be cut in half for him. Sources say that the support though for the youngest son, Jaden, that's going to continue until he finishes high school in 2025. So that's going to be about $30,000 a month that Kevin Federline is going to be receiving.
The boys have decided that, you know, they're not seeing her right now.
Now, when we rewind, Kevin and Britney, they completed their divorce in July of 2007. And in their divorce settlement, Britney paid Kevin $1.3 million and they had a child support agreement written up. They had a prenuptial agreement as well before their divorce, and Britney also paid for Kevin's lawyer fees, which totaled $250,000.
The toxic songstress was placed under a conservatorship in 2008. But Kevin quickly explained why he didn't get involved in it.
On top of all of that, it was reported that Kevin received $20,000 per month in child support for their two sons. Now, fast forward to 2018, Kevin requested an increase in his child support payments, and this was a move that Britney's conservator at the time, Jamie, her father, opposed completely. As we can clearly see though, 2007 up until now is a very long time. Kevin has gotten millions out of Britney if you add up all the years, and they did have joint custody before, so the child support amount was $20,000 a month. But Kevin did try, as you saw, to get more out of her, but luckily that was shut down. Kevin Federline's lawyer, his name is Mark Vincent Kaplan, and he previously mentioned that the teen's sons had been in touch with Britney as recently of July of 2023. And this is at least some good news for Britney when you compare to previous reports that her two sons actually stopped communicating with her completely in 2022. And also, when we look at one episode of TMZ Investigates called Britney Spears: The Price of Freedom, which aired in May of 2023, it said that by the end of the summer of 2022, tensions got so bad that the boys weren't even responding to their mom's texts. So as you can imagine, that was really hard for Britney to deal with. Like, those are her sons.
By the end of last summer, tensions between them had gotten so bad, the boys weren't even responding to her texts.
And on his side, Kevin Federline openly stated that their children chose not to see Britney Spears or go to her wedding with her now estranged husband, Sam Asghari, who Britney is actually currently divorcing. And this decision, he said, was influenced by the intense media attention that followed the termination of Britney's conservatorship in November of 2021.
Britney Spears has had exactly a year and a half of freedom since her 13-year-long conservatorship.
And you know, I just gotta say this, that it seems like Kevin is really trying to hit her while she's down and try to take advantage of the whole situation, because she's clearly going through a divorce with Sam Asghari. They're not getting back together at all. So of course, divorces, that's gonna cost a lot of money. You gotta pay for lawyers and divvy up any assets, all that stuff. Luckily, Britney Spears has a great prenuptial agreement this time around that protects her from losing so much of her wealth, but still, you gotta pay for lawyers. She's still gonna have to pay money. She may have to move, all that stuff. And then to have your ex-husband, who's literally gotten millions out of you over the years, wanting more money from you. And I think he's panicking a little bit because, you know, their sons are getting older and eventually their child support is gonna get less and less and less and less, and then he's not gonna be able to collect. And it's like, at this point, Kevin, just get a job.
You know, everybody knows I've had a tough road, but I'm happy where we're at.
Like, what's he doing with all that money? Like, why is he demanding so much out of Britney, especially right now that she's currently going through a divorce?
Paul, can you clarify? Are you Britney dating? Are you a couple? Are you together? What's the situation?
I'm not at liberty to discuss anything.
Oh boy, Britney Spears has been spending time with her former housekeeper, Paul Richard Solis, and this guy has a criminal history. Some people say that she's dating him while she's going through her divorce now with Sam Asghari.
And finally, Britney Spears' husband, Sam Asghari, has filed for divorce after 14 months of marriage.
But there's conflicting information from different sources. One source said that, well, Britney didn't cheat, but they're together. Another source said that they aren't dating anymore. She came back from Mexico where she was and they decided to call it off. But the initial source insists that they actually are still a couple. And if that's the case, guys, I wanna know, how do you feel about this? Like, is this another horrible decision that Britney's making for herself? According to some reports from the Daily Mail, Britney Spears and Paul Solis, they had a short romantic relationship.
You are a couple with her, Britney, now?
I'm not at liberty to discuss anything in regards to that.
But they have already ended it and are not communicating with each other anymore. But honestly, in my opinion, I think that they actually are seeing each other, even though some sources are saying that they've called it off, they're not dating anymore. Because if you're Britney and Paul, the last thing you want to do is have the media hounding you, asking you questions about your love life and just going through all that. You don't want to deal with that. So why not just tell some of your sources to be like, tell the media that we're not dating no more. Like, tell them to chill.
I don't know anything about that.
Britney Spears and Paul Solis, they were seen together on various outings in late August of 2023, including a visit to Starbucks when they grabbed a coffee. And one of the sources suggests that the reason why they haven't been seen together more recently could be for the fact that Britney went to Mexico and he wouldn't be able to leave because of his legal issues. Paul Solis was fired by the Spears household, by the way, and they say that this is likely because his criminal history came to light, and he's faced multiple misdemeanor charges and even a felony in the past. His record includes a disturbing the peace conviction and a dismissed child endangerment charge in 2014, as well as driving without a license conviction in 2016, and a felony possession of a firearm conviction in 2022. People close to Britney Spears, they were reportedly very concerned about her relationship with Paul Solis, believing that he just wasn't good for her at all. They're saying, stay away, Britney, stay away. Despite their lack of support as a couple, Britney continued to see him, albeit very briefly though, because she felt he acted as her protector and provided her with a sense of comfort. Paul Solis had previously worked as a housekeeper for Britney, and what he would do is clean bathrooms as well as perform other tasks around the house. More specifically, with his criminal history, Paul Solis was convicted back in 2004 of possession of methamphetamine with the intent to sell and received a 4-year sentence in state prison. Then fast forward in 2019, he was arrested for disturbing the peace through offensive words and spent 2 days in LA County Jail, and he was placed on probation and mandatory supervision for 36 months. And more recently, in December of 2020, Paul Solis was arrested for possession of a firearm as a prohibited person. And in early 2023, he served the 3-month jail sentence for that offense. And he had a probation violation hearing in September of 2023 and expressed his desire to improve his public image as he left the courtroom. So is this just another guy that is gonna get tangled up with Britney, milk her for her millions of dollars? Because this just seems to be the trajectory that Britney Spears always finds herself on, you know, just ending up with the wrong type of dudes trying to get a lot of money out of her.
Think I did it again.
Or do you think that Paul Solis is just a guy that he's had some rough run-ins in the past with the law and he's trying to clean himself up and that's gonna take some time? I don't know, guys, what are your thoughts about this? Like, again, I personally think that they are still seeing each other and they're just saying that they're not and trying to make it seem like they're not. But I could be wrong. Again, we're getting multiple different reports from different sources about this, so there's really no 100% definitive statement about whether or not they actually are still together. But most reports are leaning towards them not actually dating anymore. But yeah, I just have a feeling that there's still something going on there.